Howdy, practical patriots and practical preppers. Ross, Aus Texas, hey folks, Johnny Practical Nurse here. Quotation marks. Preppers are crazy. Get a life. Okay, well, before everyone starts going crazy on that statement, again, it's in quotation marks. How many of us are preppers have heard that? How many non-preppers have said it? All right, well, let's just kind of delve into that. And what if it's one of your own family members that tells you, you're the prepper, and they tell you that, and they're a non-prepper? Let's look into this, okay, folks? Okay, for starters, let's look at that statement, okay? Preppers are crazy. Yes, we are. We're crazy about not just surviving, but thriving. We're crazy about, our spouses, our kids, our families, our communities, our states, our country. We're crazy about the national anthem, and we will never take a knee when it's being played. And when a certain airline company tells us that we can't sing it, what do? We start singing it, don't we? Because we don't care. We don't care. We're just crazy enough not to care who thinks anything about us because we have national pride, okay? By the way, apologizing for the sunglasses. It is a little bright out here, but let's carry on, okay? Yes, we're crazy people. We're crazy about a lot of things. All right, we're crazy about you. Because there's about 3% of us who, when there's danger, when there's disaster, when there's chaos, we'll drop everything we're doing, strap on our gear, and come out and save the non-prepared or the non-preppers. Okay? It's that simple. Some people, I'm not a prepper. Really? When people tell me that, do you have a spare tire in your car? Yeah, you do? Why? Well, Johnny, just in case, I get a flat. Just in case. Okay. So you're prepared to have a flat, right? Yeah? You have a savings account? Well, yes. Okay, why do you have a savings account? Well, just in case I got to come up with money really quick in case there's an emergency or something. Just in case. So you're prepared for a slight financial problem there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, do you have extra pairs of shoes, extra clothes in case yours get dirty or something? Well, yeah, of course I do. All right, well, why? Well, just in case they get dirty. Okay, just in case. So you're being prepared in case your clothes get dirty or whatever. You get the drift here? Like it or not, you too are a prepper. Okay? Just may not see it that way. And like these other guys tell me, I don't have a firearm, I don't have a bunker. Well, that's okay because not all of us preppers do. Some do, some don't. Okay? It's that simple. Because there are levels of being a prepper, okay? Some of us, people like me, prepare for disaster, be it either natural, man-made, or whatever the case may be. In other words, if there's a hurricane, a tornado, or a flood, people like me are going to get on the line with our bosses and say, look, disaster just happened. I need to go help my fellow man. 3%ers, okay? I carry gear and stuff like that, not just for me or my family, but for people who are non-prepared and non-preppers. God bless all of us who helped out in the hurricanes, okay? There it is, right there. Yes, we're crazy, folks, okay? Get a life. Well, believe it or not, us preppers do have a life. It's just one that non-preppers probably don't do, okay? And that's fine. It's a choice. The great thing about being a prepper is we understand that there is a choice. You choose what to prepare for. And believe it or not all of us preppers agree what it is that may happen. Me, I go for what's practical, okay? What I've seen in my lifetime, what my grandparents saw, my parents saw, okay? All of us have a prepper or are preppers for a reason. For me, it was growing up very poor and always having that inner mindset that I am going to help somebody. Because when I needed help, I would have loved for someone to have been there, and they were, and I learned from those kind of people how to treat one another, how to take care of each other, okay? That's what kind of preppers are, all right? Yes, folks, get a life. We have our own life. We have our own lifestyle. We just choose to be prepared as to be not prepared, okay? Now, let's say, for example, if anyone off the street tells us that, those are the questions I usually ask them. You have a spare tire? If you do, you're a prepper. You may not think about it. Do you have a bank account? Do you have extra clothes? Do you keep spares of anything? Batteries, anything? Well, then you're a prepper. Believe it or not, you're a prepper. And you're probably saying, well, no, I'm just being practical. You are a practical prepper. Okay? But let's say that it's one of your family members that they just can't get into this prepper thing that you do. Well, guess what, folks? Learn something about life. You're not always going to convince them, but you can try. You can try to sit there and show them that this is something that I do and this is why, okay? Why did you become a prepper? Like me, growing up very poor, it was about a food issue. Some people were sitting there saying, I wonder what I'm going to have for dinner. In my family, we wondered if we were going to get dinner or anything to eat at all that day. Okay? Grew up during the 70s when things were really bad. So that's why I prep, another thing I prep for. There's always going to be food because I, like Scarlett O'Hara, refuse to starve ever again. Okay? You know, you have people that prep for a major financial disaster. You have people that, you know, prep for the nuclear apocalypse. And whatever it is, folks, whatever it is, I don't negate anything that anybody preps for. I just prefer to be a little bit more practical than the average because I'm dealing with a budget. Man, if I had numerous cash to help everybody, don't you know I would be? Because that's the kind of person I am, okay? I mean, it's that simple, folks. So when people say preppers are crazy, get a life, okay, yeah, we are crazy, and we do have a life, okay? And the thing about getting our families on board, if it's something that they're interested in, try to find a common ground and make them understand that, like me, if you're like kind of the better, well-off person in the family, that you're going to have a few extra preps, but you expect them to put some sweat equity into it. This is not a free ride. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Like it or not, there isn't, okay? There isn't. Because trust me, anyone who's in my group, they know, just like John Smith, you want to eat, you're going to work, okay? You're going to come and you're going to put the training in, all right? Very simple, all right? Now, just like Noah, y'all, just like Noah, think about what his neighbors were saying when he was building that ark. They were making fun of him. They were doing all kinds of, they were teasing him and everything. But as soon as those floodwaters came, guess what they were doing? Banging on his door. And you better prepare for the same thing when that kind of incident happens, okay? Now, I live in a pretty small community. Everybody kind of knows me, and not to brag, but let's say if I ever ran for public office, I'd win, okay? I would win, all right? But no, I think the world needs Johnny the practical nurse more than they need Johnny the politician. But y'all know for a fact, that if bad things happen, people will be banging on your door. I know for a fact if something bad happens, they'll be banging on mine, but for the reason that they know that I'll be there for them, okay? Just something to think about, folks. So yes, again, I will reiterate this. Preppers are crazy. And when people say that we need to get a life, well, we have a life. It's one that we choose. We like being prepared. We love a lot of things, and we're crazy about a lot of things. So don't worry about what anybody else says about being a prepper. And if you choose to not be a prepper, it's your choice, okay? It's your choice. Questions, comments, folks, leave them below. Try to get your family members and your closest friends into prepping because you never know where you may find common ground in canning, shooting, you know, just camping, whatever the case may be. Give it your best shot. But also know in your heart that if you do, you gave it your best shot. Also realize that if they allow you to indulge in prepping, they're still preppers because they're counting on you to get everything ready. They're counting on you to be a part of saving them, okay? Think about those things and tell me what you think. Till I see y'all again, I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse, enjoying a very sunny end of November. Hope you all had a great holiday. Happy Native American Heritage Month. I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse. Until I see y'all again, out here.